The recording has just begun. Now we are with our sixth presenter. You can start now, Sarai.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, guys. It's Sarai. I'm going to talk about the possession of cannabis for medicinal use. Okay. I'll start with a brief history of cannabis and its medicinal use. The medicinal properties of the cannabis plant has been known for millennia, as far back as 2800 BC. Cannabis was used to treat a vast array of health problems. Therapeutic indication of cannabis use mentioned in the text of the Indian, Assyrians, Greeks, Romans, etc. This test reported cannabis to treat a vast array of different health problems, including depression, inflammation, pain, lack of appetite, asthma, etc. What are cannabis and marijuana? Oh, yeah. Cannabis is an annual flowering plant which has many components and chemical compounds such as the famous THC. This plant has thousands of varieties such as cannabis sativa, cannabis indica. On the other hand, marijuana is derived from the cannabis sativa species, which produces hashish and psychoactive cannabis. It is obtained from specific varieties to increase its THC content. Okay, benefits or risks, medicinal cannabis or drawbacks. Uh, First, benefits: pain relief may help manage chronic pain. Second, anxiety reduction. Cannabis and CBD may have anxiolytic effects. Third, reduce T cell depletion stimulates the immune system to protect the body from infections, cancer cells, and HIV. Risks of medicinal cannabis: 1. Alter moods. 2. Produce addiction. 3. Psychoactive effects. Okay. Legalization and regulation. Currently, there is an intense debate about the legalization of cannabis. Although many countries have made progress on this issue, such as the United States, Australia, Germany, Netherlands, and Uruguay was one of the first Latin American countries to legalize the use of cannabis. In Europe, Spain and other countries have legalized the use of cannabis and marijuana. Uh, However, it is clear that the use of these sustains has advantages and disadvantages, which requires a deep analysis. The National Institute on Drug Abuse states that marijuana has considerable effects on the brains, as it contains high concentration of cannabinoids that can influence areas related sorry, to pleasure, concentration, memory, appetite, uh, etc. Additionally, it can alter mood in people with greater predisposition and vulnerability and can produce addiction. It's essential to consider that the legalization of cannabis is not only related to medical and recreational use, but also has a social cultural factor. For example, in my country, Colombia, regulation is a complex process because it requires in education, social learning, and a change in a behavior country has not yet achieved. Many scientists are agreed that cannabis should be legalized only for medical use. However, some scientists don't agree with legalizing it for recreational and therapeutic use without further research on its effects. We need to understand that cannabis has various derived compounds, and some of them can be negative or positive for health. There is a significant difference between marijuana for recreational use and marijuana for scientific, medicinal, and therapeutic purposes. While while one uses cannabis to seek ways to alleviate diseases or cure some disease, the other only uses it for recreational purposes, entertainment, and other things, which can influence memory, uh, uh, information, and well, which can influence memory impairment as THC alters the way information is processed in the hippocampus in. Therefore, it is necessary for regulatory frameworks that allow drugs to control marijuana that is legally available for therapeutic purposes, but only under state control. The activities of production, distribution, and consumption of these substances must be carried out under a legal framework that guarantee minimum safety conditions. Okay, research and scientific study. Okay, medicinal cannabis has been the subject of numerous studies and scientific research worldwide. A study published in the journal JAMA found that medicinal cannabis reduces pain by 34 and 40% compared to a placebo, and cannabidiol CBD has also proven effective in treating refractory epilepsy with a 50% reduction. Conclusion, yeah, one. In conclusion, it's necessary to discuss the medical, legal, and social implications of cannabis use in a pedagogical manner, as it could confuse the general population. There's a war on marijuana, and some argue that legalizing it would reduce drug trafficking. While it's true that legalization could reduce demand, I still think it's crucial to consider the social-cultural factor, public health, and pedagogical implications.
All right. Really good. Now let's continue with the Q&A session. Guys, who wants to make the first question? Who's gonna be the first one? Laura. And the next one, you can start,
Me,
Laura.
teacher.
Okay, thank you, Rafael. You can start now, Laura. Laura, you can turn on your microphone and you can ask her the question.
Hi, sorry, sorry.
No worries.
This is my question.
Mhm.
How does
The possession of medicinal cannabis differ from recreational use laws in your opinion?
Okay, all right. Um, in my opinion, distinguish between medicinal cannabis and recreational use is crucial for effective regulation. Medicinal cannabis should be regulated differently as for therapeutic purposes under medical supervision. This allows patients to access cannabis-based treatments while maintaining controls to prevent misuse. Yeah, implementing strict regulations such as prescription requirements and quality controls can help. Yeah, different medicinal use for recreational use. Yeah, but ensuring patient safety and public health protection.
Really good. Okay. Now let's continue with Rafael's question.
Okay, my question is, in your presentation, you mentioned about the benefits and the risks of medicinal cannabis. Which risks do you think is most concerning and why?
Let me think. um, uh, well, regarding the risks associated with medicinal cannabis, uh, I believe the most significant concerns are the potential for dependency and the impact on mental health, particularly in vulnerable populations such as adolescents and individuals with a history of psychosis. Well, medicinal cannabis has shown promise and managing chronic pain, nausea, and epilepsy. The risks of dependency and mental have increased have increased yeah have in, indicate sorry have indicate that long-term use of cannabis can lead to dependence in approximately 9% of users, if I remember. And there is evidence suggesting a link between cannabis use and increased risk of psychotic episodes and substance individuals. Sorry, my pronunciation. But I think it is crucial to implement careful patient screening, dosing guidelines, and ongoing monitoring to mitigate these risks. Yeah, through politicals. Yeah, all depending on the governments and how they manage their republic. Yeah.
All right. Okay, thank you. Now, guys, let's continue with the feedback. Just 1 second while I prepare it. Okay. Um, okay, let me share very quickly, Sarai, and before I stop the recording to show you the feedback. So for the performance in the mini webinar, even though there were some problems with the camera, with the connect, there were some connectivity issues, even though that happened. I could see that you were using natural gestures, helping the audience be engaged from the beginning to the end. You also moved your eyes around the room, showing that you were not relying on reading. As for the pronunciation, it was clear and easy to be understood throughout the whole speech. No mispronounced words were identified. For the fluency, you showed great fluency, your speech flowed naturally, and you maintained a steady rhythm without unnecessary pauses. And as for the grammar and vocabulary, I was trying to notate some mispronounce, not mispronounce, some sentences grammatically incorrect, but no, so you did very good. In general, you did very good. Now let me proceed, stop recording. And with this being said, this is the